I lost my my little thing to hold my phone, so you gotta deal with the big head version of a video. I got done with a little workout, and it had me thinking about some stories that I heard and things people tell me, and kind of things I've been through. It made me think about just really random, but made me think about being a good listener, and weight and gravity and like relative pain. And I've written about it a handful of times, and I think it's something that would be a good video to kind of help get it out there in another way. But struggles everyone has, they're things they go through, and like you can rip through like a list of whatever it is, like stresses that you might have, or things people tell you, might be like, thinking of like my life. I have kids, I coach kids, I train kids, and then I train adults. I'm an adult, sort of. And so it's like, the levels of life, like 10-year-old, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, and everyone has like the things that they deal with, and the troubles that they have, or the stresses that they have, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, all just the full spectrum of everything. And it's all relative to the human, to the person, to the individual. So like, I know like someone who might have a trouble to me that I was like, holy shit, that sounds like, fuck, like that sounds like intense trouble. And to them, maybe it's like, yeah, it's all right, I'm dealing with it. But to me, and then like I have my trouble, it's like, holy shit, like it's kicking my ass. And someone else might be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's not that much trouble. Like, so I've always stressed, like, to be a good listener is to not be a judge, and it's just to be a good listener. And I think it's really important that you're able to separate yourself from a story when someone's trying to talk to you, so that you're able to just be the ear and not have to talk back. Sometimes the person doesn't need anything to they don't need to hear anything. They just want to get it out. They want to get it off their chest to get it out there and get it outside of themselves, because so they're not carrying it, because it can trap you down like a weight. So you got to be careful, and you got to be that for them. So you have to be, I keep saying it over and over, but to be cognizant of what is needed from you at that particular moment, and understand that like, just because it's a 13-year-old doesn't mean the stress they're going through isn't heavy as shit to them, even though it might seem petty to you. Or a 35-year-old is going through hell, and to you it's like, what's the big deal? You just do this, you buck up, you just get through it, you battle, you go to work, you do whatever. But it's hell to them. So you got to make sure that you have empathy to hear them, and able to say, if you're able to say anything back to them, then you have it. If you don't, you don't, and it doesn't matter. Like, don't be a judge, don't blow them off, whether it's a coworker or a friend or a client or a gym member or whatever. Like, just shut your mouth. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut your mouth, and just be that whatever it is needed. I kind of stutter over it because it might be just an ear, it might be advice, but it might be just shut up and pay attention. Just get into it. Just understand that what's heavy to you isn't heavy to me. What's heavy to me isn't heavy. Like I always say that, my example. So, what's spicy to me isn't spicy to you. I think it's the same. Like, just get outside of yourself for a second and have some empathy for your neighbor or for whoever, and don't be a douchebag.